Today is Friday, March 15th, the Ides of March 2013. This is Peace News Now. Here's what's happening in the world of peaceful evolution. Silver is trading at $29 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at $47 per Bitcoin. Grafton, New Hampshire is the location of the Free Town Project, a plan to make the freest town in America. The Valley News reported on an attempt by activists in Grafton to reduce the town budget by 10%. Chris Flesher writes, attempts by Free Staters and their allies to cut spending in Grafton failed by a slim margin of just 15 votes this week, as voters rejected a budget that had been drastically slashed at last month's deliberative session. The reduced budget lost with 270 votes against to 256 in favor, forcing Grafton to move forward with the larger budget. Angus Gorman displayed a homemade sign from his truck. It warned voters that one of the candidates in a local election is a Free Stater. He wrote a letter to the editor this week, which reads, very few Graftonites are aware of the existence of the Free State Project, or its potential to be a threat. Because fouling up local politics is their primary pastime, Free Staters attend every town political function. There may be only 35 of them, but when there are only 34 regular townsfolk who attend, the Free Staters get their way. Free Staters have petitioned for a Warren article to prevent repossession of property due to excessive back taxes. There's no point in having a law if there's no penalty for breaking it. Without tax-funded public roads, Free Staters would have to walk through the woods to go anywhere, although they would probably be stopped by their fellow libertarians' no trespassing signs during their travels. They're also attempting to limit the annual budget to increase to $1 per year. This ignores the concept of inflation and is strictly an exercise in attempting to not pay for anything. Free Staters are not bad, violent, or evil people, but what they do to pass their time, and waste the time of the townsfolk in the process, is entirely unacceptable. Are you tired of the US government killing people around the world? Are you tired of having to pay for their murderous rampage? Are you tired of feeling helpless to do anything about it? Well, now there's something you can do. It's called Bitcoin. Bitcoin is money that is impossible for the government to control. Bitcoin is impossible to be counterfeited or inflated. Bitcoin is simply a peer-to-peer protocol, so it's impossible for anyone to shut it down, block it, or control it in any way. If you want to see an end to the government inflating the dollar to pay for murder, then you need to start using Bitcoin today. To learn how, visit weusecoins.com. Bitcoin is anonymous, but it does leave a trail. Theoretically, a person could follow all the transactions of purchases or laundering. Researchers at Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore have come up with a way around this problem. Zerocoin is a cryptographic add-on to Bitcoin that allows for transactions which cannot be linked together. Zerocoin works by allowing Bitcoin users to leave their coins floating on the network for someone else to redeem, on the condition that they can redeem the same amount of Bitcoin similarly left floating on the network at any arbitrary time in the future. Since anyone can deposit or withdraw Bitcoins, and there are a lot of people using the software, that's how the coins get their anonymity. Ian Freeman writes for Freekeen.com about a recent Ridley-O featuring Republican State Rep Neil Kirk, who just proposed insidiously named anti-drone legislation. What the legislation really does is threaten all people with criminal charges for photographing houses from the sky. This would restrict anyone, private or government, from flying a camera-equipped drone or even taking pictures by satellite, which would mean he's even targeting Google Maps. Kirk's proposed legislation doesn't even address drones with guns, only photography. His behavior on camera is as ridiculous as his legislation, as he covers his face and escapes from Dave Ridley's questions. Dave makes the obvious but excellent point that although the law is written to apply to everyone, it's easy to conceive of its implementation working out the same way all the rest does. It's okay when the government does it, just not when you do. Free Stater Bo Davis and others have used drones in the past to film activist events and get past police lines where people had been forbidden. Banner ads are now available for Derrick J's Victimless Crime Spree, and Cinemaniacs reviewed Derrick J's Victimless Crime Spree favorably on CheshireTV. This has been Peace News Now, your daily 5-minute update on the peaceful evolution. If you enjoyed this episode, share this program on your favorite social network. Story links are in the show notes. For PeaceNewsNow.com, I'm Derrick J, reminding you that when freedom is outlawed, only outlaws will be free.